into the turn with Terry Labonte closing in right behind Little Al. They come for the first turn now. Terry Labonte slides up into second place. Little Al goes into the turn first, and Bodine drops back into third. One car off, and against the barrier looked to be Chip Robinson.
Chip Robinson, Paul, couldn't see what happened. He looked like he went into the turn and just lost the rear end. Didn't look like anybody helped him right there.
Looked to me like the back end got away, but what it did take away is the front spoiler. What effect will that have, Bobby?
Oh, that'll have a bad effect, Paul. It'll just make the front end push or the car understeer, and he'll just have a hard time through the turns. It'll definitely cost him some speed.
Al Unser Jr. leads. Labonte is in second. Bodine third. Elliott runs fourth right now. We look at the first turn of the first lap again.
You see Chip Robinson right in the center of the action there, and he gets hit by Bobby Rahal in that purple car. Rahal moving out, trying to himself find running room, crossed across it in the back of Robinson and hit him.
30 laps of scheduled distance, 72.8 miles, the actual mileage distance. And Al Unser Jr. is running out in front as the rest of the field brings their way through. The top four running very closely together, and then a little bit of a separation running back to Earnhardt. On to the pit straight. Al Unser Jr., Labonte, and now Bodine comes down to the inside to challenge Labonte. As Al Unser sweeps across the front, Bodine moves into second place.
Now that was really a good pass, Paul. That's one of the places we talked about where you can't pass, go to the first turn. He had to do it early on because the brakes will go away a little bit pretty soon, make it difficult there.
Labonte comes back to second as he gets inside Bodine.
Yes, because Bodine in that pass was forced to run wide on the exit. Labonte came out of that first turn with enough momentum to carry him right back past. And if a duel like this develops between those two men, it's going to work out to Al Unser Jr.'s immense advantage.
Long stretch into the 180-degree turn of the backside of the course. Al Unser Jr. leads it. Second is Labonte. Bodine is third. We'll be back. Backwards when he got into the fence. The rest of the field got by cleanly. The pace car pulls three. The field begins to pick up the pace now, led by Al Unser Jr. As the green flag flies, and we're back to racing. It's Little Al, followed by Terry Labonte, then Bodine, and then Bill Elliott, the top four, as they come for that first turn. And they separate evenly coming for that turn. Clean all the way down in, no challenges.
Well, they started single file, Paul, so there really wasn't going to be much passing the first turn. But I think now by the time they get to the back straightaway, a little bit of slipstreaming will become involved. The car should start to have good tires now. The brakes are all cooled off. They should race real hard.
For Al Unser Jr., this is a time that should give him a renewed spirit. He's out in front. He has a clear course ahead, and he has proven that he can get into those corners as hard as anyone, and in fact harder than most. So Al Unser Jr. not only leads the race, but for the moment at least, he leads in the championship points, and he is certainly cognizant of that fact as well. $200,000 for the champion of the International Race of Champions Series. $90,000 is for second place at the end of the series. So staying out in front is particularly important.
Well, that's good pay, Paul, but little Al has to really be aware of his tires getting a little bit hot, get a little bit greasy. It's easy to have a lead right now, but he's really doing some thinking about how to take care of his brakes so these guys don't take a run at him here just a bit.
On board with Jeff Bodine, running in third place, the long stretch. Heading down into a 180-degree turn. He snaps her down into third gear, then brings her down inside along the curve. That's Terry Labonte just ahead and just up in the corner of the screen. Well, now you see him coming head-on as Al Unser Jr., who continues to stretch out a bit of a lead. The battle has developed for second place between Bodine and Labonte, and then still another separation goes back to Bill Elliott, and more spacing back to Dale Earnhardt. So the battle for the moment is at second as Labonte tries to hold off the charge of Bodine.
Yeah, look at there. There goes Bodine underneath. Now, that was really a good pass, and we didn't expect that one. Our hat has to go off to Jeff to get by where he did. But I figured it was going to happen down the first turn, Paul, but he did it really unexpected.
Boy, he seized the opportunity there. That was really something. And, I mean, these two men, Bodine and Labonte, are giving us some wonderful racing here.
When you talk about the NASCAR driver as a road racer, you think of them more often than not on the short tracks and the super speedways, but Bodine just demonstrated a true road course skill, combined perhaps with some of that short track savvy, in that he saw the door start to open and he dived right through it just as soon as Labonte fed him a little bit of room at all.
Jeff, excuse me, Sam. Jeff has got to be a little bit mad because he lost the start in the beginning. And So he's really trying hard to think of that.
Well, now, of course, we're going to see whether Jeff is going to be able to come to grips with Al or not, now that he's got a clear shot. The next few laps are going to be extremely important in the development of the race.
Al Unser Jr. out in front, running at the lead of this race. Jeff Bodine runs in second right now. Labonte sits in third, and then Bill Elliott. On board with Jeff Bodine, you can see the silver car of Little Al running just ahead, and there's that illusion of a closure that happens in the corner, but as Sam Posey suggested, the time interval remains the same. Bodine snaps it down a gear. We look back now from Al Unser Jr.'s car, and this is what he sees in his rearview mirror, the pursuing Bodine. And one point is, Sam, that every time he looks up, he knows Bodine is there, and he is watching that interval as well.
Yes, but Little Al is one of the toughest, and Bodine loses it. Yep, pushed it too hard.
If he can keep it away from the barrier, he can keep the car going, but he's losing positions right now as Bodine struggles to get the car back under control. He can't give it too much of the over 500 horsepower available, because then he'll spin again on that grass. He's back on the course as the rest of the field. That's Al Unser and Scott Pruitt that just streamed by, so he's fallen back into about 7th place. So Bodine, this is a tremendous impact on the championship run.
Remember, Paul, even though he's lost all this distance, he's hurt his tires too. He's not going to be able to catch back up very easily, even as fast as he's been, because he obviously hurt his tires a little bit in that spin.
Earlier, we talked about mistakes as being a key to this. That's the kind of mistake that throws the championship away.
It shows you just how hard he was pushing. He was right on the limit. We saw a lot of motion from Bodine's steering wheel. He was balancing the car in all the turns, not just tracking through, really sliding through. If the race ended right now, of course, this would give the championship outright to Al Unser Jr. and vault Terry Labonte up into second place. Let's have another look at what happened.
Here's the approach to turn one. Watch the gold car. That's Jeff Bodine. As he turns into the corner, the back end just comes around. It gets loose on it.
He was braking as he was turning in, and that's what threw the rear out. Wouldn't you say, Bobby?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. The brakes are getting very hot by now. The road circuits are very hard on brakes. They get hard. These cars have more front brake than do rear, which they should have. But as Jeff went in there, these brakes just started locking up in the back, and the car just came around.
So Al Unser Jr. is out in front. Jeff Bodine has dropped from second place back to sixth. The start of the order now is Little Al, Labonte, Bill Elliott, Big Al, Scott Pruitt, then Jeff Bodine. Al Holbert now runs in seventh, followed by Chris Ford. Dale Earnhardt has dropped back to ninth place. Bobby Rahal is 10th. Chip Robinson is 11th. And Roberto Guerrero, of course, has retired. As we watch now, Scott Pruitt works his way down inside Big Al. Big Al is forced to drop behind, and Scott Pruitt moves forward and picks up fourth place.
That's a beautiful pass at the end of the long back straightaway. I just have to say Scott did a good one. Now Al's really coming back hard. I think that embarrassed him a little bit, Paul.
We mentioned Dale Earnhardt's position as we continue to watch this battle for fourth place between Scott Pruitt, Al Unser, and now Bodine moving into battle. Earnhardt started fifth. He's fallen back to ninth now. He's never finished better than ninth in an IROC road race. Al Unser Jr. leads in the points, leads the race by 6.5 seconds. We'll be back. National Race of Champions as Jeff Bodine now challenges Al Unser and gets past as Bodine tries to work his way up through the field. So Bodine moves now into fifth place ahead of Al Unser and sets sight on Scott Pruitt just ahead. Pruitt has the same sort of concern ahead of him. He wants to do as good as he can. Perhaps these two can link up now and carry one another forward.
All they have to do is much thinking during this race right now, because it is the last race of the season, or the IROC season, and it definitely is for like 200,000 for first place. So they're thinking as hard as they are driving hard today.
Also, Bodine has every reason to try to move up. His hopes are not over, after all. His hopes are extremely dim for the championship, but if he can move into second, he will still earn $90,000 for his efforts. So that's his goal. He's currently running fifth. He has to pick up 2 places, I believe, to secure second place in the championship. So Bodine has a very realistic opportunity to earn himself some dollars, if not the championship.
Well, if you consider the championship points run at the moment, it is Al Unser Jr. that leads it. Terry Labonte, by reason of his position, runs in second in the points, followed by Bill Elliott, and Jeff Bodine currently occupies fourth as we approach the halfway point. And we watch Al Unser Jr. continue his lead. He has led right from the start.
Well, he certainly has, Paul, and if you look right behind there a little bit, you'll see that Bill Elliott has been pushing very hard on Terry Labonte right now. And that's going to be for a position. That's for second position. Now, Little Al is way in the lead and doing well. But the race is in second place right now.
Little Al with a 6.5-second lead over the second-place car. Has another car off the course. This is Bobby Rahal, and he was just up to the lip, but he apparently was involved with Dale Earnhardt. But he was able to get Rahal, at least, to get his car going. Now we watch for Earnhardt.
Will they bring out a yellow, though? This could erase Al Unser's lead. Let's look at the incident again.
Going into the first turn, Rahal's down to the inside.
And yes, this will provoke a yellow. This incident is going to be decisive in the race, I think.
Well, Rahal just lost the back end. We talked about that, the situation of brakes, and that this is a very difficult corner. But Earnhardt has apparently had his engine fail on him and is not able to get it restarted.
And we do have a course yellow now, so everybody's going to be slowing down. Little Al's going to lose his lead, at least temporarily, Paul.
We'll be back with more from the IROC right after this.
So far. So we wait out the rain delay. Meanwhile, we go back to July of 1988 and more of the IROC race here at Watkins Glen.
Back at the International Race of Champions, Al Unser Jr. leads the field down to the green flag, and you get an idea there as they come to the green just how desperate some of these drivers are as they drive right to and, in fact, over the edge of the race course. Labonte, followed by Elliott, followed by Bodine, slides into fourth ahead of Pruitt as they come into the first turn.
They really have to get in that first turn hard, Paul, because that's the only time their brakes are going to be cool, the tires are going to be cool, so they really got to stand on it hard. Watch Jeff Bodine. He's really trying to pick up distance here. Of course, he's already got one more spot. He's up to fourth already.
In the record of the International Race of Champions, Al Unser Jr. is certainly in a good position as we see Bodine come alongside Elliott. And look at Bodine fly as he gets past Elliott now and moves into third. And Scott Pruitt comes along as well. And Al Unser comes to the inside as Elliott now has to hold off Al Unser. But Pruitt got by as well right after Bodine. We take a look at Scott Pruitt's car on board the bumper cam. That is Bodine lying just ahead. And just ahead of that, you can see the lime green car of Terry Labonte. They come to the fastest section of the course. On board Jeff Bodine's car now, looking back to Scott Pruitt and looking at the challenge that Pruitt is now receiving once again from Elliott.
Now, we've already seen Bodine do what we thought was impossible after a spin a little while ago, Paul. He's back up to third place. My God, before this is over, he couldn't be a lot better than that. Labonte's the one that better start worrying.
Bobby, the question seemed to be one of tires earlier.
Well, yes, because as we look at Bodine there at the bottom of the screen, he is at risk, thinking more about what Jack IROC was trying to say when he made that report from the pits about the team being ready to change Bodine's tires. The reason for that is not so much that they were flat-spotted, but that with his hot tires, when he went off the road onto the gravelly verge there, that the hot tires, which are very, very sticky, would pick up gravel, and subsequently in the race, he might have a cut tire. He might have a flat. They've been having problems, Jack told me, all week with cars going back from the pits to the garage and getting flats back there, so Bodine may be at some risk.
And look at this. Bodine loses it and gets into the barrier. Jeff Bodine smacks that wall good, and he unhooks in the cockpit as he exits. Jeff Bodine's run for the $200,000 has come to an end.
Well, as we saw Al Unser Sr. have a flat, and we had considered the possibility that Bodine's earlier off course.
He's getting back in, Sam.
Yeah, he looked at his tire, his right rear tire, which he may have suspected had gone down on him. I think he inspected it and it was okay. Now he's trying to get it to start, but it's flooded.
Here is the accident that set up the yellow. Watch Bodine as he makes his turn in a very fast section of the course, loses the back end, slides all the way across and catches the barrier with the right side of the car. We watch the same accident from on board with that bumper cam now. He comes down in, you see the back end comes out, and when he hits the grass, the car is gone. On board with Jeff Bodine, same situation. He's down far to the inside. As he approaches the corner, the back end just comes loose. The car does a full spin around, And that's when the right side gets into the barrier. And we watch Al Unser Jr. as he picks the pace up now and brings the field of 11 cars as Roberto Guerrero has rejoined the competition. But Bodine, of course, is not in it. And Al Unser Jr. comes across the line acknowledging the green flag. Terry Labonte, who is now his closest competitor in the points fight, is in second.
Labonte, Little Al could relinquish the lead. You see Bill Elliott on the outside of turn 1 getting off into the grass. Elliott, who could have been a challenger today, that has certainly, he has not helped himself with that. A point I wanted to make quickly, though, Little Al could relinquish the lead to Terry Labonte and still win the championship. But he has said that he wants his championship, if he gets it, to come with a win. He doesn't want to back into it. And, of course, he has not won an IROC race thus far this year.
Pruitt was right in there, pushing on Al Holbert. As we watch now from the bumper cam on Scott Pruitt's car, they come into the corner, and Scott Pruitt was closed right in behind there. And back at the front of the field, it is Al Unser Jr. Al Holbert, the car that we're watching just ahead, has really moved up and assumed third place now on that restart. The fight for the lead is between Labonte and Little Al. Then comes Holbert, then Scott Pruitt. And there's Chris Ford, who has moved up into 5th place, starting well back in the field. So with that restart, we've seen some substantial changes.
Incidentally, there's talk that Pruitt would like very much to have a drive in Al Holbert's road racing car next year. He would like to be the hired driver for that, so he's going to try to make a very good impression on the man that I think he would like to have as his boss next year.
A comment on Chris Ford, who is just out of the picture to the right as we watch from Scott Pruitt's onboard camera. Ford, as you may remember, missed the race at Michigan because of abdominal surgery. Despite that, he's back and running in this race. That shows a lot of spirit for Chris Ford. At the front of the field, Al Unser Jr. continues to lead. We'll be back.
Just used that car hard trying to get Scott up to that second place.
You can see that he walks the car all over the course, trying to keep it underneath him as he works his way around.
If Al Unser Jr. can hang on and win this race and the championship, Indy drivers in the history of IROC competition will then have 6 IROC titles, the NASCAR drivers 4. It's kind of interesting because the superiority seems to be tilting toward Indy drivers, despite the fact that the series format with its super speedways and these stock cars would seem to favor the NASCAR men.
On to the pit straight, Al Unser Jr. sees and acknowledges the white flag with just now 1 lap to go, separating Little Al from his second IROC championship and $200,000 in prize money.
Scott Pruitt got down. He's down about 1 second behind Paul, but that second's going to be hard to get 1 lap. Little Al is very secure where he is. If he doesn't have any problems now, he should be able to come home a winner, but Scott Pruitt's just going to try hard, and I don't think it's going to work.
Al, but Bobby, you say that, and we saw how secure Jeff Bodine was as he was getting around the course and how very fast he got off.
Bobby, what will Little Al do with $200,000?
Well, he was counting on that $1 million from the IndyCar deal that he thought he was going to win, so now this $200 or $200,000 just going to be a short $1 million. That's what it is.
Al Unser Jr. works his way around the circuit. Second is Terry Labonte. Scott Pruitt closes down behind Labonte in third, as Al Unser Jr. is perhaps on his way to the $200,000, but he doesn't have the money in the bank yet. And Scott Pruitt continues his closure on Terry Labonte. Labonte, the lime green car, sits in second. The white number 6 car of Scott Pruitt currently sits in third place.
Well, there Little Al comes. There's the checkered flag. He's just won $200,000. New snowmobiles for Little Al.
Al Unser Jr. has won round 4 of the International Race of Champions. And with it, Little Al wins the IROC Championship, the second such victory for this IndyCar driver, as now he slows and acknowledges his victory. Second place is Terry Labonte. Scott Pruitt finished in third place.
Well, Al Jr., you did it. You took that restart after you tried to start the first time, and you led all the way. How does it feel?
It feels really good, I tell you. It was tough out there, you know. When Jeff was chasing me, he was catching me, but I went into turn 1, and I almost lost.
Al Unser Jr. has won the 4th round of the International Race of Champions, followed by Labonte, Pruitt, Holbert, and his father, and then Chris Cord, Dale Earnhardt, Elliott, Chip Robinson, Bobby Rahal, Roberto Guerrero, and in last place, Jeff Bodine. And when we take a look at the point standings, Al Unser Jr., representing the IndyCars, is the 1988 IROC champion, followed by Labonte, Pruitt, Elliott, Dale Earnhardt, Jeff Bodine, then Al Holbert, then his father Al Unser Sr., Jeff Robinson, Chris Ford, Bobby Rahal, and Roberto Guerrero.